Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I thought I'd try something a little different today, so sit back, relax, grab a nice cup of coffee, tea, hot chocolate, whatever you drink, and enjoy this fun segment. It's called Storytime with Patrick. So for this story, I thought I'd tell you about the first date I ever went on. It was a while back now, but it was a couple of months after I had just come out. So I was trying online dating for the first time, and since I was new to the game, I wasn't sure of all the red flags that pop up when you date and just different cues and social cues and just kind of how things work. I mean, everyone's kind of like that when they first start. So anyways, I was chatting with someone on an online dating site. It's one of those sites that is location based. And we started chatting. Things seemed to be going well. And we decided to meet in person. So we decided to meet at a local coffee shop. And we had set the time to meet at 5 o'clock. And that was going to be happening a couple of days when we decided that. So I was super nervous. And since I thought online dating from social media and TV and stuff, you do online dating, that's where you go to get murdered. So I had my friend come with me for the first one ever, and she decided to kind of hang around on one of the other tables over there, not too far from us, just in case, I were to get murdered. So I thought I'd tell you that story. So I'll try and set the scene for you, and hopefully you'll like the story. So like I said, we agreed to meet at a coffee shop for 5 o'clock. So I picked my friend up that day at 4 o'clock. We went for a little walk at a park near a shopping center. And then we made it to the coffee shop around 4:40. Want to get there early enough so that way she could get in, she could sit down, and then I could come in after so that way it'd go unnoticed. So she went in. I sat in the car for a little bit. Gave it about 5-10 minutes, then I got up and I walked into the coffee place. When I got in there, I didn't see him, so I opened up the app to check, see maybe I got a message from him. Didn't get a message, so thought, okay, well, it's still early. So I ended up just getting in line to order a drink. While I was in line, I noticed, I had gotten a message from him. He had mentioned, I guess, that he was going to be running late. He'd be an hour late. Red flag number one, people. I was still new, still fresh, so I thought, well, you know what? It took all the strength, time, and energy to do this. I'm going to go through it. I'm going to do this date. I'm going to get it. I'm going to experience what a date is like. So I responded back saying no problem. I could hang around. And that was it. Told my friend that I'd be waiting an hour before the date actually happened. She was fine. She had actually blocked off that whole evening just for me. So ended up sitting at the table, just waiting around. Around 6 o'clock, he hadn't shown up yet. I thought, okay, give it some time. I messaged him, saw, hey, how's it going? Like, just checking in. Ended up getting nothing, but then he walked into the coffee shop around 6:15. Red flag number 2. So he comes in, he looks over, sees me, waves, and ends up getting in line to order himself a coffee or something. The minute I saw him, I had a feeling. I was like, you know what? I don't like this guy. I don't know if it was the in-person face. I don't know if it was the whole being late. But I was still thinking, just do it, just go through it. Let's see how it goes. So that's what ended up happening. He sits down, says hi, and we just start chatting. He apologizes for being late at least. So we just get to chatting, and I ask some couple of questions like, what do you do for work? Or are you in school studying? He mentioned that he was in school, he was studying to become a nurse. And then he asked what I did and kind of just went from there. Asked him a couple of other questions. One of the questions was, Do you like any sports? Or do you watch any sports? Is sports kind of your thing? He had a very strong opinion about sports. He said he doesn't watch any of them. He thinks it's ridiculous. He can't stand basketball. He can't stand baseball, hockey, tennis, nothing. Doesn't skate, hates skating, thinks it's a joke, thinks it's stupid. I'm sitting there like, okay. I mean, I'm not a fan of sports myself that much, but I don't mind tennis. I like to swim. That's a sport. So then we got on the subject of swimming and how I said I enjoyed swimming. And he responded and said that he doesn't know how to swim. So I ended up just saying, personally, I found swimming to be very important, and how I thought everyone should at least know the minor basics of swimming, because you never know when you might fall into the water or be on the water. It's just something good to know. And he responded back by saying that he agreed he should take some lessons because you never know when he might need to save someone that's drowning because of his profession. I'll let that sink in for a minute. Save someone who's drowning because of his profession. He is not studying to become a lifeguard. He is studying to become a nurse. Red flag right there. All right. So I just kind of let that one slide, and I'm like, okay, whatever. And we just kept chatting. He brought up his ex a lot. All the baggage and the this and the that and the this and the that. And I'm just sitting there like, okay. Mentioned how him and his ex were supposed to go to Hawaii, but his ex and him broke up, so he was still going to go, but he wanted to make sure he was going with his rich family, is what he made sure to mention. His rich family that already lives in Hawaii, visit them, and only bring his rich family over because he doesn't have time for his poor parents to go with him and things like that. He would go with his rich aunt. And I say aunt because that's what he said. Yeah. I just sat there and smiled and was like, all right. And I still put up with a little more of talking. And then all of a sudden, out of the blue, he goes, so were you at the shopping mall? And I looked at him and I was like, no, I wasn't. I was probably nearby. Why? And he said, oh, because when I opened up that dating app, the location-based one, he said, you were really nearby, and I thought maybe you were at the same shopping mall as me. That's why I was late. I was shopping with my friend. Red flag number, I don't know, 6? I just sat there and smiled and said, no, I wasn't. I was at the park with my friend going for a walk. Threw one or two more sentences in, and then I said, well, hate to cut this short, had been 30 minutes. I need to get going. It was nice meeting you. That was it. He got up, he left, went on his way. I sat in my car, ticked off, waited some time. My friend showed up, complained to her, and that was the end of that date. By the way, we never spoke to each other ever again. So, yeah, that was my first date experience ever. Not the greatest. I mean, it wasn't the worst. He could have been a serial killer and could have murdered me. I've heard of way worse dates. Trust me, I've been on quite a few. But, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this story time with me. So thanks so much for watching this video. If you liked it, give that a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye.